Good morning, everybody. This is Moomin at Moomin's Art. Today is the second class of the summer season, so we will be discussing how to render small stuff like small flowers, trees, and all that stuff, right? So let me check everything is okay, and we will start the class in just 2 seconds, all right? So I guess everything is good. Just want to make sure. Okay, there you go. I think everything is all right so far. All right. So today's class is basically is about how to draw. I promised last week that we're gonna discuss a little bit about how to paint trees, how to draw trees. Now, from on this class, I will keep this class basically both classes like a drawing and sketching and the watercolor also. And probably I'm gonna introduce some acrylic also at the maybe at the 4 or 5 session if somebody interested working in acrylic. So we'll be discussing the acrylic also, the how to paint small stuff like trees, a small landscape, not a big landscape. Okay, simple, easy to render. So the trees basically uh, is is simple in watercolor, especially if you are new to the class. Please, you need to uh, have some experience about how to draw certain very small certain things, right? Like you can't just start working on the watercolor, and if you don't have experience in drawing and sketching, how to control the light and how to draw small stuff, right? So you need to understand, right? That is the most important. So today I will be discussing a little bit about the light and the shape and how you transform the shape into the art form, right? Let me just flip the page. I will do the demo. You can see that I just draw a tree here. I will be drawing a few more trees here and there. Just simple. It's not a very complicated type of drawing. I really like to draw something today because I like you to show how you draw simple landscape and then you can render in a watercolor. So here I will leave this here, okay, and I will go to the next page and we'll discuss about a little bit about the light and maybe texture. Texture is not that important, but the light is light and understand the shape of certain things. How you, uh, let's say, if I put a circle here, right? This is basically it's a shape. So it's nothing in there, just a circle and geometrical shape, and that's it. So pretty much nothing here, just a circle. Now, if I draw another circle and I will expose this circle to the light. Let's say if I grab maybe I do a little bit one value, maybe a mid-tone I would say, or half tone, or whatever you call it. Just and let me just go with that a little bit value scale chart also. So this is the that's a dark value. See that I push my pencil hard on the paper, so it create a dark value, and then I will go uh, lift the pressure up, and this is a kind of a mid value. I would say, yeah, you can say mid value. Then I put the pressure up more, and you keep going, and you get a lighter, lighter, lighter. So that's what we call that value scale chart. The dark value uh, they call mid half tone or something, but I would just keep it simple. Mid value and a little bit dark, lighter, lighter, lighter. This you need to practice this, right? Like the dark to light, put a dark value, and then you lift the pressure up all the way down, and you get light, light, light. Okay, so you go backward, dark, and you go light, light. That's how you work. I just mess up my palette. I just squeezed cadmium yellow last night, and it's still very soft. So I put my palm and it just stick with my palm. Anyway, so these are the things you should understand, and you have to practice how to work with the dark to light. Same thing with the watercolor also. Let me grab the my brush, and I'll show you what we are talking about in watercolor. So I will pick up a sepia color, right? A very dark brown or orange color. So I put a dark one value. Colors has a value too, so don't forget, we'll discuss this later. I don't want to discuss this right now. So I put a one value here with the sepia color, right? Basically this is a graded wash here with pencil. So I'm going to clean my brush. No pigment in my brush, and I will now what I will do, I add some water because I'm changing the consistency of the color, right? So I will push some pigment into the mix with the water right on the paper, and I will keep going and squeeze my brush against the paper so I can just release all the water on the paper out of the brush, and I'm keep going. I'm pushing the edge of that, not the here, this part of the brush, so I can have a very light value constructed on the paper. So here, there you go. So same thing. Now I'm going to go reverse, get the sepia color again, and I will put it here. Let's put it here. See, this is the basic of the watercolor also. If you go work with the watercolor, so same thing, same rules apply, back and forth, but with a different name. This is a graded wash. This is a value scale chart in a monochrome. This is the graded wash in watercolor. Although this is a monochrome also, I would call this is a value scale chart in watercolor also. Now I'm gonna go get some little bit water because I need some water to spread this pigment all the way down in a line, right? So here I will go, see my brush, I'm pushing the pigment other way. I clean my brush because I have some pigment in a brush. I don't need that because I need to change the consistency of the color, right? Getting light. I need this color to be lighter and lighter. So here, and if you have some pigment on the paper, you can push it back towards the dark value, right? Here, push it back, push it back. That's how you learn the the value scale chart in the watercolor and with the pencil and the watercolor. This is very important. So you must understand how to work with this value scale chart in a graded wash, in watercolor, value scale chart in a monochrome, in a pencil, charcoal, whatever you have. You can just work with the pencil. Okay, let's come back to the shape and the art form. So this is a shape, right? And now it's becoming the art form. So I'm assuming the light is coming from here. This is just a basic information I want to give it to you guys because this will apply, everything apply toward the painting, toward the demo. So I assuming the light is coming from here, and this sphere or bob is sitting on the table. So I put a little bit, you know, kind of a platform it's sitting, and the light is coming here and is casting a shadow. Now this shape is becoming an art form because we expose this to the light, and now we're working on the constructing the value by constructing the light by helping the dark value and the light value, right? Now some light goes beyond that sphere, it hits the surface of this platform we're sitting, and it bounces back to the subject also. So what happened, it create a reflected light. Basically that table or platform where it's sitting, it works like a reflector. So I would just put here reflector. Okay, and I will explain in 1 second. So let me construct this texture and shadows and everything. So that's how it looks like in when you expose to the light, right? And now it depends on the surface. Like now, see, this is the, as you can see. Let me go zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. I hope I can. Okay, here. Oops, I think I zoomed too much. Okay, here, go back, right here. Let me just focus more here. So you can see that this is the light part is right here. So why? Because of the light part, it's going that reflect light is reflecting and coming back to here. So this will lit up also this side, not only the side. If this surface is very dark and it's like a black surface, so you won't see the reflection too much. You will see a little bit, but it will be gone because the black surface won't reflect the light. It absorbs most of the light, so it will be the reflected light effect will be gone. Not totally gone, but it will be gone. You will see it will disappear. You can experiment. You can take a picture of something, put on a table with a white surface, and then when you put on the black surface, you will see it makes a big difference, and the shadow, I mean the reflected light effect, will be gone. So that's how you work with the light. Now depends on the surface of this sphere, right? If it is a very smooth shiny surface, you will see the highlight, right? You will see the highlight also. But if this is more like a rigid and not reflected surface, this will be gone. You will see a little bit, not too much, but it will be disappear. Let me just merge it so it will be much clearer. So that's how it looks like. But if this is a shiny surface and it's reflecting a line, this will be a reflected light effect will be there. So this is how the basic information about the watercolor, the graded wash, uh, value scale chart, dark value, light, mid value, light value, and light. So this is how this works. If you don't understand this, then it will be a challenge. Let's say if I ask you to make a tree or something, right? You put a tree, right? But if you don't understand how to create the tree, like how to draw a circle, then you have a problem here, right? Although there's no circle here, but this is require your attention for drawing and sketching. Okay, so let me just check, see how the stream health is. Okay, good, it's working beautiful. So is this is very basic information about the watercolor and the drawing and sketching. So shape, anything you draw, a triangle or something, like any shape, and you turn into exposed to the light, and you understand the light, how the reflected light works, how the shadow works, how the casting shadow work, where the light is coming from. If the light is coming from here, then the casting shadow will be here. That's how it works. And if the light is on the top, the casting shadow will be restricted at, only at the edges of this subject, and that's how the casting shadow will be. Okay, so simple, and you need to understand all these things and apply all this information towards your painting, whatever you medium you're working on it. Let's say you're working on the watercolor, or you're working on the acrylic. Same rule apply to all the mediums. So now let me just finish this quickly. So we're gonna go to the bigger demo, and I will go sketch this quickly, and let's put a few more trees here in the background. Okay, here. Let me do a quick demo here with this. So you need to cut it out. Keep the white of the paper with the watercolor. That's the beauty of the watercolor. If you cannot work with this, you need to practice, because you need to keep all this white surface of the paper, and to create your painting, uh, to render these trees. Because in acrylic you can paint all over, right? And you can use the white color to create these trees. But in watercolor is not. I mean, it's possible, but it's not going to be a watercolor. Trust me, it will be something else. So here I will put some. I cut it out a little bit here and there, right? Let's get some more sepia color. Let's put some dark value. Always remember, just try to recite that, hey, I'm putting a dark value, I'm putting a light value, I'm putting a mid value. So these are the one that then you will remember, like, you'll have, you will remember that what are you doing with your painting, right? If somebody asks you, you can talk quickly. You said, oh, this is a mid value, this is a half tone, this is a, dark value, that type of stuff. Okay, some granulation build up, beautiful. I'm using my sketchbook, so it's not a special paper, but it is a rough surface, and it's a cold press, right? But I'm not using the Fabriano or any other paper, Arches or whatever. Just a small my sketchbook for thumbnails. I study sometime, so let's use this paper also. It works really good. So here I got some. Now I'm gonna grab some cadmium yellow, right? Mix with the sepia color. You don't need to, if you don't have the. I don't have the yellow ochre in my palette, so I can mix my own yellow ochre, right? Get some light value. I get some more. I need some more brighter yellow ochre tone, so I can use some. I can put some more uh, cadmium yellow in it, and I can see that you can change the consistency of the color by adding or subtracting different colors, right? If I put a little bit white color in it, then it will get very light. So that's how you change the value or the consistency of the pigment you're working with, right? So here, so far, I'll keep all that. I'm gonna keep this tree a little bit in the foreground, the smaller tree, this one, and I will keep this a little bit in the middle, and I'll keep this beside this big tree. So put some water, get some graded wash like here, right? And I'll grab some French ultramarine, change the little bit too much brown color in the painting, so I will put some French ultramarine. Beautiful granulation coming with this two pigments, right? Sepia, cadmium yellow, and the French ultramarine. Beautiful. It's right here. A beautiful granulation. Uh, People try hard to get this type of texture in their painting. You People buy the extra medium. I have the extra medium also. Let me show you. It's called granulation medium. So right here. So you can buy it if you can get it. You can buy, mix it up, and you can build some granulation with this medium. I never use it. I just bought it for my classes so I can show them uh, what's available. And if you after some of those effects and you can get it right, so you can buy the mediums and get this effect by just adding those mediums. So I'm putting some cadmium yellow just vaguely right in my painting and bring some more energy, more brightness to my painting. So here let's put some more French ultramarine, get a little bit more black type of soon as you mix it up with the French ultramarine light on right on the paper, the French ultramarine mix with the sepia and it becomes a very dark bluish gray color. If you put more the French ultramarine, it will become more bluish dark color, right? So gray color, I would say. Now I'm gonna grab some cadmium orange. I will put on these trees, right? A little bit, not too much, because otherwise it will. I'm just putting it because I need some under layers for these trees to be look more sharper, get some more contrast in my painting, right? So here, let's put some cadmium orange. If you have a burnt sienna, I have a burnt sienna. I can use burnt sienna. If you have burnt sienna works very good, but be careful with burnt sienna because it's very intense color. So you need to be a little bit careful with these colors, right? You apply, always try apply here on the side of the paper. Look at this, how sharp this burnt sienna is, right? It's almost like a dark orange color, right? So you don't want to go straight on the painting. You just go bring add some blue color like French ultramarine or something, tone it down these colors because it it doesn't look very good right on the from the tube, and you just put it on the painting. Then you need to mix it up with the other colors right on the paper to bring it down the intensity of the color, right? So I'm working on these three now. I put some burnt sienna mix with cadmium yellow and French ultramarine, so I get some tone it down the sharpness of this color. And I'm putting some stipples with my brush and getting some texture on these trees a little bit here and there. Okay, and I can get some French ultramarine, get some gray color. I don't want all these trees to be the same color, right? We're not making a foliage, just a log of the trees. I'm gonna do the other. I will show you separately how to render the whole tree. So pretty much first layer is done. I will go put some more, a little bit more color into this trees, a little bit orange color to render, get some more contrast into it. It's basically these are very easy to render that type of paintings because there's no fixed rules, or you don't need to bring the resemblance of what you're painting. You don't even have to have a reference for it. Just draw some trees, put some background, dark color or light color if you want. Put some trees on the background also like that, and get some dark color. But you don't want to put too dark color because it doesn't look very good. So you need to be, everything has to be in a balance. If you are putting too much color, dark color, then the painting will be very dark, right? So you don't want to do that. You just keep it balanced, right? Everything needs to be work together. So if I put a too dark color here in the foreground and the background, then it create imbalance in my painting. So I am very careful with that. So you should do that same thing. You have to be. Now I'm assuming the light is coming from here, right? So I have some beautiful purple dusk or something made by Van Gogh. So I'm just applying that color straight. I don't need to mix my purple color. So I'm creating the light, the casting shadow of these trees like that, right? And putting some here also because this tree is casting shadow here. So I'm putting some here. Maybe a tree here outside the painting, it casting shadow also. So I will put this also like that. There you go. Bring some more contrast, more excitement to your painting, not just a boring one color foreground, right? You have a chance. You can beautify your painting by just introducing something which is not even in a painting, right? It may be a tree here which is casting a shadow. So you you can put a tree here like that, and I mean like it's outside the painting, right? And it's casting a shadow and it's coming here in the painting. Uh, which is make totally perfect sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I am trying to help my painting to bring some more contrast in my painting. So this is where you get the help from stuff that is not even in your painting. So you bring that and bring some more energy in your painting by just doing this. Okay. So first wash is done. I worked pretty much wet into wet. I was enjoying too much with this painting, and so what now? What do you do? I can let this painting dry, or meantime you can do. Let me grab my other brush, my dagger brush here, and you can lift the colors if you want to go and play with your painting. You can lift the colors because the wash is still not dry, so you can go with the edge of the brush, like see that sharp edge of the brush. And the brush needs to be very dry, it needs to be very thirsty, right? If you have a wet brush and you put on the wash, then it will create some problems. So you can draw certain things like that. You can put a tree here in the background, bring it down. You can bring it down here into the midground and create some more drama, more excitement, more energy to your. But if I do too much, see, if I put one here, one there, one here, one there, then it will be overcrowded. Then painting will look too much. It will be, if you like it, that's fine. You can lift colors. You can keep that painting look very busy. It's all up to you. Now, because of the light is, I'm assuming the light is coming from here, right? This side. So I will go create. I already have the dark value on one side, so I don't need to worry about that. And I will get some. I'm gonna pick up some color from this tree on that side, so it will give me a nice look of the light is coming from the this side, right? You can pick up color. Since we are in the mood of picking up color, so why not just picking up some more color from these trees also. And with the branches of the tree also, just pick up at the edge. This is how you create the light. Basically, I'm creating a line. I sketched it. I put a background. I kept the trees lighter with the white of the paper. Then I put some cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, French ultramarine, and a sepia color to construct these trees, right? And what I did, I just put some. Now I'm lifting the color, so creating more stronger light. Now I would say more strong because you bringing more contrast. So you see, I pick up more color from this tree. It will bring more contrast, more light into your painting. That's how you uh, creating more bright painting by just bringing up more light to your painting. All right, and get some French ultramarine, mix it up with the burnt sienna. I have burnt sienna in my palette. I don't let the paint go waste. I try to use as much as I can because I don't want to get the paint wasted. So here, let's put some dark value, create some more contrast and create more depth to this painting also. Here on the edges where the light is not going, so you can bring some dark value like that. See the trees we constructed, you can go with the straight from the sepia color. I didn't mix any other color, just put a very sharp dark color on the edges of these white we created, and it will work. It just I put too much color. You don't want to go too much. Just a little bit fine. It create a nice depth just by putting dark value against the light value. So I guess I will let me focus this more so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me just push my palette a little bit here. Too much stuff in my on my table, so hard to work here. Let's get this out of here. My mouse. Let's go here. So this is the just a thumbnail, right? It's not a or you could call it a painting also. So and you can render always. I would suggest the render work with the small thumbnails, and then you can go with the bigger painting if you like it. You said, oh, I like this painting and I want to get a bigger painting, so you can go and create a bigger version of the same painting. Okay, I hope everything is clear on this page, and let me go back to the normal format here. The palette is here. So shape, right? The drawing and the sketching, shape turn into the art form. Same rule apply here. Graded washes, value scale chart, dark value, light value, more lighter, lighter, lighter. So same thing apply. Graded wash, different name, same thing, dark, and you get lighter, lighter, lighter. And it's same thing, the colors has their own values also. So there's the dark value, there's a light value, mid value, and light value. That's how the value in a color also. Dark value here in the monochrome. Excuse me. And same thing with the watercolor. So nothing different, different names, same techniques, and you keep the white of the paper where you wanna work more in a second or third layer, and keep white, cut it out, and then you can work. Put a cast shadow to bring more contrast, dark value, light value. Okay, let's go to the painting, and I will do on the same sketchbook today. I'm not getting any other paper or whatever. Otherwise, I have to sketch again. Okay, so I have a painting, almost the same painting. I will put a little bit landscape today and get some hills or something. Maybe put a tree here, a big tree. We're gonna put some little bit foliage also because I want to show you how to create some the how to create the foliage on the trees, the leaves and all that, right? So here, some one tree here, one tree here. Let's put a I don't need the shack here. Otherwise, it'll be too much overwhelming. So I don't wanna go too much. What time is it now? We have okay, 15 minutes left. So here, let's make the trees less. Just take this tree off. So I will grab my bigger brush, made by Fumi, company called Fumi, and it number 14 round brush, beautiful brush, not very expensive, and it works really good. Okay, cobalt blue. I will put some cobalt blue, some water. Right. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Let's get some more dark color. That's the washes. You have to work on your washes, right? Washes are the most important in watercolor. Drawing and sketching. After the drawing and sketching, then you have to work on the washes. Not if you're working on the very small thin paper, you don't want to soak your paper too much, otherwise it will start giving you a problem, right? So you don't want to go there to create a problem for yourself. I got some yellow ochre mixer here. Let's get some burnt sienna. Get these hills done. Now this tree, I didn't work with this, so I'm gonna lift some color here. I'll keep this tree open and I'll go here. I'm not drawing this tree, so I'll just block this tree with the color. I don't need that. Cobalt blue I'm using for the sky. A little bit, I put a cadmium yellow mix from the previous class and creating some. So keeping the white of the paper is the most important also. So you need to draw something. Like I said initially, you need to work with the washes, and you have to understand it's not a acrylic, it's not a oil. So you need to be careful to keep those washes under control because that washes are the most important. The first wash is the most important. If you don't do the first wash right, then it'll be a challenge for you for the rest of the painting. So here I get some yellow ochre, put some burnt sienna in it, and some sepia color mix. I'm mixing, although you don't see my palette. So here, get some color here. Very basic painting, no, not a very fancy painting, but just show you how to render certain things, right, on your painting. So here, keeping the white of the paper very loose type of painting. Not, I'm not working very. I do work sometimes. I sit down and especially my acrylic painting, I work very closely because sometimes I mean, like it's very hard to work on the acrylic painting like that. Like you can work like that, but because it's drawing time and you cannot lift the colors, so it sometimes get really hard. So you don't want to go. I don't want to go work with the acrylic like this. That's the beauty of the watercolor. You want to work very fast and you get the results very quickly. There's some sepia color. Let's bring some light. I'm assuming the light is here on this painting. So here, let's put some dark value on the hills, on the background, right here. Let's get some sepia color, just drop it on wet into wet, get some more contrast, bring some uneven surface on these hills, get some volume also same time. So that's how you create the uneven surface, just by get some sepia color in your in your whatever dark color, and just drop it a little bit here and there, and then it create the watercolor works by itself. You don't need to work too hard. Now I'm gonna grab some French ultramarine because I need some blue in these mountains. They look kind of a little bit boring, so let's get some blue color also. Let's get some edges simplified. Okay, here. Let's get this light, the sun I put it. All right, so far so good. Now I'm gonna grab some cadmium orange, mix it up with my other mix, the lilac and cadmium yellow sepia mix. So here I'm gonna put some on the trees now quickly because we don't have time, right? And here, so I'll go tree all the way down. See, I'm working with the tip of my brush, and I will go put some dry brush marks also. If somebody don't know what is dry brush marks, you can soak your brush, right? And then you go very quickly, right? And you create the dry brush mark. That's how you create some texture on the paper, right? So it give you a nice like a tree trunk texture, and with the tip of the brush, you can make those branches also by just having a dark. I have the sepia color with a less color in it. I mean less water. Sorry about that. And then you go and create this tree texture on these tree trunks. Get some sepia color. Put some dark value here, dark value there, so I can get some of these trees constructed quickly. All right, so here sepia color start dominating, so I don't need the sepia color to be dominant in my painting, and I want to make it toned down. So I'll bring some cadmium orange, and I will scrub it against the this sepia color. Beautiful granulation build up automatically. I put some French ultramarine and some sepia color and some burnt sienna mix, and beautiful. Okay, so every time you work on something that is mixing up a color from the background, I would make it a little bit darker because you want to stand out your subject from the background or something. So I intentionally put some more dark value here. Sorry about that. And create some dark value against these three. And maybe what you can do, you can just go mix it up a beautiful dark brown color, and then you can put a little bit dark color here against on the other side, and it will separate from the background or from the other side, right? You get put some dark value here like this. Let's use some French ultramarine. So that's how you create more contrast, more value to your painting. So get some dark value on the background, although it's not there, right? But I would purposely introduce because I need some contrast. I need these trees to be more visible in my painting. The mountains and all that is just helping these trees. So I don't need to work with the I make sure that these are done properly. Let's put some washes in the foreground, midground, a little bit, bring some boring white, bright color to tone it down a little bit. So here is done now. Okay. So what I will do, I will go grab some of my green color. Let's energize a painting. I have a beautiful sap green and some viridian green I have. So I will go and start putting this. Any green color you can put a little bit, and then you can go and create the foliage of this tree. I'm not drawing the whole tree because that's how I compose my painting. So I'll keep this a little bit outside uh, my painting. So here, bring it down a little bit here, there. And now I will grab some dark color. Any dark color, blue color would work beautiful with the green color. So, and now I have beautiful sap green. I will put some cadmium yellow in it. Get some beautiful olive green. I don't have the olive green, but I can make some olive green. So here, it was too bright actually. Let's put some cadmium yellow, tone it down a little bit. Right, and let's go up and let's bring it down here on this tree also. So let's get some more sap green, put some more sap green, put some more cadmium yellow, mix right on the paper. You don't need to mix on the palette. You can mix since it's a bigger spaces, right? Yes, if it is a small space here, then you have to be careful, but since it's a bigger spaces, so you don't need to worry about it. You can mix right here on the paper. Okay, all right, so here, and now I'm gonna go grab some more dark color, make this my green color more darker. Get some French ultramarine, put it in, and I will start putting just vaguely. You can just put it a little bit here and there, and the watercolor works by itself, so you don't need to worry about too much spreading the colors here and there. All right, here more green color. Let me get some more sap green. Here, put it here. Just drop it, drop, 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 and then you can go with the tip of the brush. You can just go a little bit. If you have time, you can go and create some more, leaves and foliage at the edge of this tree. If you want quickly, you don't need to wait too much. You just not very precise. Just go quickly, put it like this. There you go. And then I will grab some more dark color. This time I will pick up some ultramarine blue, get some sepia, the sap green, put more dark value here on the foliage, get some more volume, control the light. And let's make this tree also because we left alone this tree. So here, let's get some cadmium yellow, viridian green. I will need some beautiful green color here. So this tree is more in the distance, so I'm not worried too much. In just atmospheric perspective, but just put it so it's not the best for the composition, but it's okay. We're here to how to make trees in your landscape painting, and some dark color. Let's put some. Let me just soak my brush. Get some with the tip of the brush. See, you want to work with the tip of the brush and create the. Basically, it's a part of the drawing and sketching, right? So you need to be understand how that part works. So otherwise, you'll have a challenge, right? So here, make this tree more look better. Soften it out. That the shadow. If it is too much, you can soften it out. You can lift it. You can just delete it. As long as the wash is wet, you can delete it, right? And let's lift some colors because I accumulate so much color here with the water. So I will go pick up some color, dry my brush, right? Dry my brush, and I will pick up some color. Alright, so here let's get some. The wash is still wet, so you can put some. You can lift some colors. You can put some trees here if you want. So almost done. Let's get some sepia color, and now I will go with the dry brush marks, like keep the brush here and then you go quickly and then create a beautiful texture with the sepia color on these trees like that. If you want, if you can do that also with the when the tree when the wash is dry on this tree, you can go put some dry brush marks, create some texture. Let me go zoom in and I'll show you what it is basically. So right here. So what I did, I grabbed some sepia color, very not with the water, right? And you go put the brush, and you just go quickly. So it create a nice dry brush mark. So it will create the texture on the tree. And all you can do, you can play with the same color. You just go zigzag. You can create some this texture on the trunk also like that. You can do that also. Let's render this tree also. I lift some colors. I don't want to put the foliage on this tree. Let it dry. Let it keep it dry. So just right. So this is the basically today's painting. Not too much. I would practice certain thing like this and to get the control on the washes, how to control the light, how to get the background darker to keep your painting have more contrast, right? If you're helping some of your subject in your painting, you need to get help from within the painting, right? Not just with the brush work or other stuff, which is fine. It's not a problem, right? Like, but you need to get some help, like make it this background darker. If I put a dark value here, then I will see this tree more. So that's how but you don't want to put too dark color, right? Then it will be kind of overwhelming, right? Like it shows like it's too, but just a little bit darker than this color. Or better yet, you can lift the color from here. You just go dry your brush, right? And you lift the color, make the edge of this subject lighter, and then bring it will come up automatically. So you don't need to put dark colors or dark value on the background. So this is how you work with the certain things and make it work for you, right? Make it work. Help yourself with introducing different techniques, different the color value or dry brush marks, that type of stuff will help you in your painting process. So, but you need to draw, you need to paint. If you don't paint and use these techniques, then it will be up. You don't your work won't progress, right? Like you will be sitting, you won't be working very fast, or the work will be stay at the one stage, and it won't progress. So I would suggest draw more, paint more, and understand the value, the color, how to create, how to lift color, how to compose your painting, and how to work with the light. How to bring more contrast just by introducing something that is not even in your painting. Just put a little bit color like that, dark value, just creating this shadow of something that is not even in your painting. It create more contrast on your painting. So that's how you do, right? That's how you work with your paintings and make it look beautiful. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I will finish this demo here and painting, and so I'll see you next week. We're gonna do some florals. I will show you, which I did the last week, and we're gonna do some roses. Basically, roses will be very exciting to paint, and we'll do some roses next week. I will show you how to, if you uh, can get this dagger brush, that works really good with the roses and the small flowers. So if you can get that, you don't need to buy rosemary and co. Just get a small half-inch or 5 by 6 dagger brush. That works fine for the roses. So here, let me show you quickly. So that's how you work with this dagger brush to create these flowers. Let's get some dark value, something like this, right? You need to have some brush would has a little bit edge, and let's get some green color since I started. And the leaf also, right? Leaf, making the leaves with this brush is very easy too. Very quickly you can render. You don't need to work really hard, right? There you go. So see how long it take me to render this flower? It just maybe 10 seconds, I would say. So this is how you work with this dagger brush. If you have the dagger brush, I'll show you how to work with this type of subject. If you want, that's what we're gonna do next week. Okay. So let's wrap it up the today's painting, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here at this demo today. Let me zoom out a little bit here. And with the information on the back page, I don't have, let me lift some colors and so I can flip the page, right? So this is the most important part of this class. So please understand what I did here, and if you want to review, go back and review it, see what it all about, and try to render something like this. Something like this. This is, it looks really good, right? This painting was for more like how to create the foliage, how to build contrast, how to get texture on the trunk of the tree. So that is a different type, but this is a very different painting here. You can draw, and you don't need to draw the foliage and all that. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Thank you again, and have a good weekend. And it's a hot weather in Toronto right now. I think it's 32 or 30 degrees. So it's been like this for almost 4 or 5 days. Yeah. So see you next week. Thank you so much.